Now let's see the next one is a centripetal force. Centripetal force means if any body is in circular motion, there is certain force act on a body and that force is toward the center of the circle. And that force is called as a centripetal force. If any body is rotating, it should have a centripetal force is required. Right? The centripetal force which we used to denote this thing as a FC, if we are calling centripetal force is FC, and which is equal to what? Tell me now. M into, yes, what is the force? Basically F is equal to M into A. M is a mass and A is the acceleration. So here the centripetal force, now we can say M into AC. What is the AC is a centripetal acceleration. AC is the centripetal acceleration. And we have seen centripetal acceleration. That is what? Tell me now. M into centripetal acceleration formula. V square by R. So this is the centripetal force. Centripetal force mv squared by R. And here we can, this can be written as V is equal to R omega. V is equal to R omega. So then what happens now? In place of V, I can place R omega. That is R square omega square. So then what happens now here? 1R will get cancelled. So what I will get is centripetal force now here. M R omega square. 1R will get cancelled now. M R omega square. The other form of centripetal force. And this, even this can be written as V is equal to R omega. So we can write it as what element of M into R into omega. We can write it as what element of V, and one more omega is left now. So according to the given problem, we can use the relation now. Mv squared by R, Mr omega squared, Mv omega. This centripetal force. Next. Centrifugal force. Centrifugal force means this is one pseudo force, virtual force. This force we don't feel. Actually, this force doesn't appears, but this force will be exist. Now you can just imagine now here. I have taken one. This, just imagine this table we have taken now. I placed one object. I placed now. Now I start rotating this table now in a circular manner. Then what happens to now? What happened to this body now here? This body will be fall at the center or outside. So where this, which direction the body will move now here? If the body is rotating like this continuously. So which way this will be fall? Do you tell me now this object now here? Yes, it will move outside. Have you ever observed this thing? And so that means what? Tell me now this body moving outside. That means for the body to move outside, there is some force acting on the body now. So, but that force physically it is not visible to us. But the force will exist. That force is called as a centrifugal force. That force is called as a centrifugal force. A constant force which acts radial means perpendicular. Radially outwards on the body, moving in a circular path. That force is called as a centrifugal force. Right? And the centrifugal force and centripetal force, both values are equal in magnitude but opposite directions. If the body moving in a circular motion like this. So here there is some force which will act toward the center. This force is called as what element of centripetal force. And there is some other force will act on the body, that is the pseudo force. That pseudo force is this direction. This is the pseudo force. This pseudo force, which is nothing but we'll call centrifugal force, Fg. And so for the body to be in equilibrium, the condition is what? Tell me now. Centrifugal force and centripetal force has to be balanced. Then only the body can able to move in a circular motion. So that's why how much the centrifugal force you tell me now? The centrifugal force which is equal to centripetal force only. Right. So the centrifugal force that is Fg which is equal to what you tell me now? mv square by r, that is also given as what? Tell me now. mr omega square, that is also given as mv omega. Centripetal force which will act toward the center. Centrifugal force will act away from the center, outside. That force is called as a centrifugal force, and centrifugal force is a pseudo force.